10 super gadgets you can actually own. Superheroes are incredible for a variety of reasons, but most notably for their superhuman speed, strength, invisibility, X-ray vision, and countless other abilities. Everyone has a different opinion on why their favorite superhero is the best, and while they're all incredible, some lack any sort of superpowers and require the assistance of some extremely cool gear and technology. This is where you come into the picture. You probably accept the fact that you're not Tony Stark, and I doubt you're Elon Musk either, otherwise this conversation would be going very differently. We all know about those seemingly impossible superhero fantasies of ours. Thankfully, this is the 21st century, and with a little imagination and some dollars, you can purchase equipment that'll grant you some Iron Man abilities. With these 10 gadgets, you may turn yourself into a real-life adventure by augmenting your body or filling your garage with enough modern technology. Whichever works for you, we don't judge. Number 10. Pyro Fireshooter. Iron Man has his energy rays, and now you can shoot fireballs out of your palm like Spider-Man. Actually, it all starts with your wrist. Before you say anything, confess it, you've always wanted to blast fireballs from your fingertips, right? Since the first time you played Street Fighter and learned how to do a Hadouken, which in layman's terms means making flames with your hands. With the Ellusionist Pyro Mini Fireshooter, you can now shoot fireballs owing to advanced technology. The Pyro Fireshooter, which costs $174, is a wristband that can store 4 fireballs worth of charge, and it's controlled by a remote held in the other hand. We can't recommend it for actual crime fighting, but you should keep a bucket of water on hand just in case. The Fireshooter is made up of barrels packed with fast-burning, unique tissue paper. Simply press the Ellusionist's built-in trigger to release a fireball. There's also a burst fire option, which allows you to launch 2 fireballs at once, because more fire is always better than less. It can fire 600 fireballs on a single charge and is simply recharged through USB. It also comes with a detachable wrist strap that allows you to effortlessly slide the device on and off, ensuring that you don't drop your fire shooter in the thick of a flame war. Sure, you could have told your parents that you wanted to go to law school, get married, or work in community theater, but none of these things could compare to the sheer nirvana that's fireball tossing. I'm not sure this next one counts as a gadget because that would simply be understating it. We've all dreamt of having a bulletproof vest, or at least wearing one. So what if I told you you could get a suit instead? Yes, a suit of armor. Wild, right? Well, here you go. Number 9. GARRISON Bespoke Bulletproof Suit. There are hostile takeovers, and then there are aggressive takeovers, and I imagine you want to be prepared. This peak lapel pinstriped blue bulletproof suit from Torontonian tailors GARRISON Bespoke will keep you looking sharp in the boardroom while keeping you safe from small weapons fire. Many of their clientele, it appears, work in the big money industries or frequently travel to places where civil turmoil is common. That's why they collaborated with 19th Special Forces suppliers to create this unique outfit, which is made of the same carbon nanotubes used in Iraqi army uniforms. Now you can wear armor that's suitable for the workplace. The fabric is thinner, lighter, and more flexible than Kevlar, but it does the job when it has to. The nanotubes harden to prevent a bullet from piercing the cloth. The adjectives light and comfortable are certainly relative in this case, but this isn't a suit for summer lazing. What's the price? It would cost you around $20,000, according to Toronto City News. We think it's better to be navy blue than dead. This armband makes Minority Report's technology a reality. It makes cleaning up your inbox feel like a trip to the farthest reaches of the universe. Now all you have to do is find out how to make this work on your coworkers. Does it get any better than this? Number 8. THALMIC Labs Mayo Armband. While Jedis aren't superheroes, don't even try to start that fight, you'll lose, their mind-controlling hand-waving abilities are absolutely enviable. You can manage your computer and other electronic gadgets around you simply by waving the Mayo armband for just $200. The sensors in the Mayo armband begin monitoring electrical activity in your muscles as soon as you slip it on your forearm. This is how it detects motions, which are then communicated to your computer, allowing you to perform things like fly an aeroplane in a game or listen to music on Spotify. Unlike such technologies, the Mayo doesn't require you to be in direct line of sight of a camera. This does feel like yet another attempt by tech companies to persuade us that waving at our screens is a superior method of interacting with computers than using a mouse, keyboard, or joystick. And I must admit, it's kind of cool, so they might have a point. Number 7. Kangoo Jumps. They aren't exactly flashy, but they'll help you run faster. I'm sure I don't need to explain what these are for. It's all in the name. The Kangoo Jumps retail at $250 and are a combination of rollerblading and pogo sticks that lessen impact and allow you to run for extended periods of time. They also make you appear like a total knucklehead, so get them in matte black and keep them in your hidden hideaway. Better posture is an added benefit of using Kangoo Jumps. This is because you just have to maintain your equilibrium, just like you would on a trampoline. Some of the side effects of good posture include stronger back muscles and little to no pain, so win-win. Assuming you're familiar with the movie franchise Predator, you know how the villain, or rather the alien on it, has an array of weapons at their disposal? One of them is, of course, thermal vision. And while this may not be the coolest power, imagine being able to see in the dark. Now at least you can see the monster in your closet peeking out at you. Number 6. Seek Thermal XR Camera. We don't need people with Superman-like X-ray vision wandering about, but when have you ever known technology to be ethical? The Seek Thermal XR that goes for $300, on the other hand, allows your iPhone to detect heat signatures up to nearly 2,000 feet away in pitch black settings. It converts your smartphone or tablet into an outdoor thermal camera with a 206 by 156 thermal sensor to aid in the detection of humans and animals at night or in poor light. Extra long range detection improves your visual perception and awareness, which helps you stay safer. Before turning in, we suggest using Seek to either play the coolest or the most terrifying hide-and-seek game you've ever played. Try scanning your campsite or your room for dangerous animals. Do you see anything? Alternatively, they could be invisible. Happy nightmares. Number 5. X-Jet's JETBLADES. Even if you snowboard in Aspen, you'll need to retrain on the JETBLADES. Jetpacks in the form of the Rocketeer are still a ways off, but JETBLADES that retail for nearly $6,000 allow you to soar for as long as you'd like above any body of water, with the help of what looks like a fire hose attached to a jet ski. You'll be balancing the board above the water while standing in mid-air. The X-Jet's JETBLADE uses hydropower to push you up to 3 stories above the water's surface. And this isn't going to be a short trip. For roughly 15 to 30 minutes, you can just stay in the air. JETBLADE's platform isn't fully stationary. You can move and turn just by tilting your feet. You'll have entire control over it, and you'll be able to do complete 360s. Any product that boasts roto-molded floats and torsion bars are bound to have a learning curve, and JETBLADE's website underlines that safe is a relative concept. But aren't you wanting to be a superhero? You've always wanted to go underwater, but for the life of you, you can't swim. Or you're simply terrified at the thought of even being in ankle-deep water. Well, how about a vehicle that combines both the safety of being on land and being underwater? Number 4. Amphibious Subsurface Watercraft. So you're not a fan of getting wet. JETBLADES aren't a viable option. This $300,000 UFO-style spacecraft keeps you dry above and below the water. Rather than going full Aquaman, you get to drive around on dry land before diving beneath the surface and appreciating the sea from the bubble-shaped cockpit below. The Amphibious is a partially submerged watercraft in technical terms. It allows for both above and below water viewing. Without the use of a crane, tender vessel, or dock, you can drive the watercraft right off the trailer and into the water. It has an above-water top body that floats and a 2-person cockpit with 180-degree surface views. The controls for 2 horizontal underwater thrusters are housed in the upper hull, making the gadget more agile and allowing it to make 360-degree turns. An inverted 12-inch thick acrylic half provides 2 more underwater views below. I'll be honest, this is giving me cartoon villain or Transformer vibes. Don't get me wrong, I would absolutely love this, but even I shudder thinking of the mayhem it would cause. I'm just glad the price tag makes it almost unattainable. That is number 3, KURATAS Human Ride Robot. The KURATAS, a 12-foot robot that you can ride in, isn't playing around. This is the point at which things become serious. A person sits inside this gigantic 12-foot tall robot controlling all of its motions. It goes slowly, about 6 miles per hour, but it may be loaded with whatever you choose. The rider boards the robot, clicks a button, and enters the cockpit, where they can control the robot. According to a video broadcast, a few years ago when the concept was first being developed, KURATAS could also be controlled by a smartphone connected to a 3G network. A smile is the command to shoot at an adversary. The feature is dubbed Smile Shot in the video. KURATAS robots start at $1.3 million. But if you're too eager to design your own or wait for a response from the firm, you can simply get one off Amazon Japan. While there are reviews on Amazon, it's unclear whether the robot has actually been purchased. There is only one KURATAS in stock, according to the translation of the website, and it was unclear whether more would be offered. Last but not least, buyer beware, the KURATAS doesn't come with arms, and the $1 million price tag is for a basic kit that must be assembled. If you're into a little DIY, I warned you that this was serious. And with that, it's now time for today's best pick. Today's photo was sent to us by a subscriber, so if you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it on our future video. Number 2. Cloud ceilings. This isn't necessarily a super gadget, but rather a super cool idea. It used to be that a child with his heads in the clouds was a terrible thing, especially when it came to teachers. Thanks to the DIY cloud ceiling fad, it's now a reality. Last year, a DIY cloud wall on TikTok, where else, kicked off a trend of incorporating synthetic clouds into home decor. It didn't take long for the fake cumuli to find their rightful place on the ceiling. Cloud ceilings were born as a result of this, and they've since taken the internet by storm. Pun intended. Yes, of course, these can also provide a significant fire risk, so if you try this, make sure you do it in a room where you'll always be when the clouds turn on, and only use LED lights. The internet may be home to a few awful and bizarre DIYs, but it can also be a source of blessings. If you're searching for an inexpensive and easy DIY project to brighten up your bedroom, this is the project for you. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. And number 1, Gotham Golf Cart. You may now golf in the style of Bruce Wayne. Assuming he does that and you have an idea of who that is, it's hard to believe we've discovered anything new to speak about after seeing so many impressive Tumblr copies over the last few years. However, the Gotham Golf Cart, which is a golf cart inspired by Batman's Ride and the Dark Knight film series, is worth checking out. This may or may not be the set of wheels for you if you've always wanted to ride around in the Batmobile. The cart is equipped with 6 golf-friendly tires, with the smaller ones in the front. It produces 6 horsepower and can reach speeds of up to 38 miles per hour when necessary. The Tumblr cart also includes rear disc brakes and a 4-link rear suspension. It's of course an operational golf cart with 2 club holders in the back. Its all-black color scheme will make you feel like the caped crusader himself. It has leather seats that can be adjusted, cup holders, an iPad stand, and lights. It's currently on the market for $28,500. The Gotham Golf Cart won't jump over a half-destroyed bridge or drive through walls, but it will shield you from any wayward shots from those morons who insist on playing through. All you have to do now is persuade the club to allow you to drive it up to the 9th green.